fish had my worm, yanked it out of his mouth. Here we go, got him that time. Let's make our first cast. Woo, and through a giant bird's nest. What is up, ladies and gentlemen of the Lojo Fishing fam? Welcome back to another video. Have you guys ever wondered how a really cheap online fishing reel would stack up against a very high-end name brand fishing reel? Well, that's exactly what we're going to do in today's video. You guys have been encouraging me to go on the wish.com app because there's all these crazy deals on fishing gear, fishing reels, fishing rods, fishing lures. So that's exactly what I did. I went on the wish.com app and started poking around a little bit, and my goal was to find these cheapest bait casting fishing reel on there. And I think I did with this guy right here. All told, he cost me about $30 with shipping and everything. So that is the cheapest one that I could find on the wish.com app. I'm going to pit that reel against a very high-end, in fact, the most expensive fishing reel that I own, and that's going to be the Lew's Custom Pro Speed Spool, which costs about $250. So you would think that the more expensive Lew's reel would easily outperform the cheap online fishing reel, but we're going to have to put them both to the test to find out today. In today's experimental video, we are going to put the exact same line on both reels, 15-pound fluorocarbon. We are going to put them on the exact same rod, 7-foot, medium-heavy, fast-action Lew's Hank Parker rod, and we are going to fish 3 sets of the same exact lure. That way there's no advantage with line size, there's no advantage with rod, there's no advantage with lure. Everything's going to be the same on both reels. We're going to put them through a rigorous casting process, see how far we can cast each reel, see how the bird's nests are, if there's any backlashes. Gonna see how the drag handles, if we hook into any fish or we get snagged, and we're just gonna judge it overall by how smooth it is and how it feels in my hand. Guys, if you enjoy these challenge videos or these comparison videos or whatever, make sure you hit that thumbs up button. That lets me know that you like it and you want to see more of it. Also, get in that comment section and tell me what you guys want to see me do next. And as always, I will read all the comments and take them all into consideration. And if you're new to my channel, stop what you're doing right now and subscribe to my channel. It takes 2 seconds. Little button underneath the video. Join the Lojo Fishing fam, the best subscribers on YouTube. But let's get these bad boys rigged up with line on a rod, rigged up with a lure, and see which one is going to come out on top. Alright, so that's what these two bad boys look like, spooled up right next to each other. You could tell this one is a whole lot bigger. The cheap one from Wish, the Lew's one is a whole lot more low profile. You can also tell that the Lew's one has been used. It is beat up to hell and back. This one is still nice and crispy, brand new. But which lure are we going to throw on there first? Our options are the square bill, jerkbait, or the shaky head. I'm thinking we'll save the shaky head for last. Let's go with something that you just throw out and retrieve. Let's put square bills on first. All right, so here we go. Got the square bill right here. Got the wish.com reel. I got the tension knob set where the lure falls pretty slowly. Actually, I need to tighten it up a little bit before I throw a massive bird's nest. Let's make our first cast. Woo, and through a giant bird's nest. Okay. Well, it's good to get that first one out of the way, and it just lets you guys know I'm being authentic with you. I'm not cutting this stuff out of the videos. First one could have been my fault. I could have spooled it too loose, might not have had the settings set quite right, so let's give that another try. Let's not judge it on the first cast, you know. As you guys hear, it does make a little bit of noise when you reel it, but that's to be expected with a cheap reel. It's not exactly smooth or silent or anything like that. All right, let's make some adjustments here. Let's make some adjustments quickly. Let's try that again. And the exact same thing. Okay. Gonna have to make some major adjustments apparently. I didn't tell you guys very much about the reel because there's not a lot of information on this reel, but I think it's a 6:3 to 1 gear ratio. It claims that it has 11+1 bearings, and that's the name brand right there. Somebody tell me how you pronounce that right there, and I will be very impressed with your linguistic skills. So let's make some more adjustments here. Cast number 3 is coming up, and I have lost all confidence in this reel already, but let's not give up just yet. And through a bird's nest again. All right, well, 0 for 3. Guys, I've gotten the tension tightened up just about all the way it can be. And the brakes are at like 8 out of 10. So I don't know. I don't know. There we go. We found the magic number, baby. And it's 10. Max out the tension, max out the brakes, and you got yourself a reel that can cast maybe 20 yards. All right, 2 casts in a row without a bird's nest. So the retrieve, like I said earlier, is definitely not what I would call smooth. It's, you know, it's noisy. It definitely makes noise. A lot more noise than you probably want it to make. But I mean, you know, it's a $30 reel, so you know you got to remember all that when you're grading a reel. But not too impressed with the casting so far. But once we put a little heavier lure on there, that might help a little bit. But casting is definitely to be lacking. So we're not off to a great start with the Sugaling. Not off to a great start, but I still have hope yet. Yeah, so now we got the Lew's Custom Pro. As you can see, the same exact square bill. Let's make our first cast. And through a little bit of a bird's nest. Boom. Okay, maybe the wind is just coming at it like an extreme weird angle or something. Let's be honest with ourselves for a second. I mean, any reel, if it's not set up properly, can backlash. Okay, I don't care what reel you're talking about. As far as operation, maybe you guys can hear, a lot quieter than the $30 reel, which, I mean, like I said, should be. But this thing is a year old. It has been used for a year. I think I've only oiled it once. So there we go. Nice smooth cast. Went a little bit further than the best cast that I got out of that $30 reel. Okay. Okay, so I mean, this thing handled about as well as it should for a $250 reel. Okay, so there's obviously an advantage with the more expensive reel so far. But remember, that's really not what we're trying to do. We're not trying to necessarily pit them head to head, because we already know who's going to win head to head, the more expensive reel. What we're trying to do is figure out for the price which one is better, because a lot of you guys are not going to be able to afford a $250 reel, you know? So that's what we're trying to figure out. Is the jerk bait, and this is probably the heaviest lure that we're going to throw. Maybe the Texas rig will be a little about the same, but this thing's pretty heavy, so that'll give us our best opportunity to actually see, like, you know, with casting distance with this cheaper reel. And you can tell it casted a little bit better with that heavier lure, but it still had a little bit of issue, but not much. That wasn't a bad bird's nest at all. In fact, it was barely a bird's nest at all. See how it handles with this kind of, you know, popping, retrieving, and that kind of thing. I'm not crazy about how big the reel is, you know, because it's not a low profile reel like the Lew's reels are. Definitely cast this this heavier lure a little bit better, which is pretty much what I expected. This gear ratio is perfect for a jerkbait. You know, it's not too fast, not too slow. 6:3 to 1, perfect for that. And you could probably put some lighter fluoro on here. You know, this is 15-pound fluoro. You could probably put some 12 or even 10, and it'd be a nice little jerkbait reel for you. Okay, okay. Well, oh God, I think this reel was just meant for a jerkbait. That's all that was. Yeah. Okay, well, definitely casted better with the jerkbait. Let's check on our old good buddy Lew's Custom Pro. All right, same jerkbait on the expensive reel. I'm ready to catch a fish now. Oh yeah, nice cast, nice far cast. Wow. This might be your jerkbait reel. How is there not a fish just hanging out in front of this little gate thing right here? This little overflow area. Telling me there's not a fish just sitting right there? I don't believe it. All right, well, the expensive reel continues to be very smooth, very nice. Now we just need to catch a fish on each one of these bad boys and see how they handle that. For the piece de resistance, it's a little shaky head with the Guggenbait's slim shaped worm. Okay, now should be able to cast it. This is a pretty heavy, pretty stout shaky head or wobble head or whatever you guys want to call it. It doesn't matter to me. But we're gonna max the drag all the way out, because with 15-pound fluoro and a Texas rig soft plastic, you know, that's what I'm gonna be rocking with. I'm gonna be rocking and rolling with that hook set, and I don't want to lose any fish with a drag that slips or something like that. You know what I mean? So see if we can get us one. I'll tell you one thing, this thing casts a whole lot better with the shaky head on there. I can even like flip it like I've been doing, real easy, no problem at all. There's absolutely no chance that there's not a fish in front of this little thing. They're just not wanting to eat. I don't like it. That's a fish. Oh my God, yanked it out of his mouth. No. No, no, no. See, he must have just had the worm in his mouth. Hook didn't even come out. Come on, buddy. Come on back. Uh-oh, something's got it again. But does he have it this time? Oh, I yanked it out of his mouth again. Guys, what in God's name? Dang it, it's a cheap fishing reel. That's what's making me miss these fish. If I used my nicer reel, I'd be able to catch him. Guys, I'm totally kidding. Oh, he bit the tail off my worm. Oh, man. Well, there you go. That's, I don't even know if that's a bass. I'm just going to throw him back out there the way he is, though. Just got nailed again and just ripped it out of his mouth again. Guys, I'm starting to think this is not a bass we're dealing with here. It's almost in the same exact spot, and it's been 3 casts in a row, and I just don't know. I'm gonna leave the hook exposed this time. Dang, talk about frustrating. These bites are like hard too. I mean, feeling the boom thump plain as day. Of course, I have lost fish on the best equipment known to mankind, so I'm not gonna sit here and make that claim that the equipment is what's making me lose these fish. Now I'm snagged. No! Oh, I'm lifting it up, whatever it is. Oh, it's a giant stick. Well, finally broke off. It's going to be it for the cheap bait caster. The final switch back to the expensive reel, and my final shaky head is rigged up with the exact same worm, the exact same setup. Because now I'm just mad at these fish. Like now I'm just determined to catch whatever fish this is messing with us, because you know what, you don't mess with the Lojo Fishing fam and then get away with it, okay? Except for those last 3 fish that did it and got away with it. The next one that does it is not going to get away with it. If I didn't know any better, I'd say a fish had my worm, yanked it out of his mouth for the 100th effing time. Guys, look, I know you guys right now are watching this video and you're laughing at me and you're saying, Lojo, why do you miss so many fish? Guy, I don't know. I mean, that dude, he had it for a minute and he was just chewing on it. They're just determined to make me look bad today. Sometimes the fish, they get together and they see me coming and they say, you know what? Let's mess with old Lojo today. Let's just pull on the backside of the worm and just wait for him to set the hook and there'll be nothing there. So his audience will laugh at him. They do that. They really do. It's quite terrible, but they do that. See, something's got it right now and running with it, but I can't tell. Here we go. Got him that time. Come on, you little rascal. Yes. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the fish that may have been messing with me this entire time. There's really no telling. Got a hole right there. It's got that was the hole I just put in. There's another hole right there. Man, dang. Get on out of here, dude. Stop getting caught so much. Whee! Oh my goodness. It's about flipping time. See, guys, I knew all I had to do was switch to the expensive gear. switch to the good stuff. Boom, fish. That's how it works, right? Yeah, right. I wish it was that simple. So there you have it, guys. The victor was obviously the more expensive reel, but guys, let's be honest. You cannot fairly compare a $30 fishing reel to a $250 fishing reel. It's just not going to be fair to the $30 fishing reel. But what you can do is what we did in today's video, and that is take a $30 reel, a $250 reel, put them on the same rod, use the same line, throw the same lures, and just kind of see and ask yourself, is that $30 reel worth it? Because we already know the $250 reel is going to outperform the cheaper reel. But is the cheap reel worth $30? Yeah, probably. To the right person, to an inexperienced angler maybe, absolutely it's worth the money. And guess what? If you're still watching, you already probably know what's coming next. I'm going to give that cheap wish.com fishing reel away to one of you guys right now. It would be great, like I said, for an inexperienced angler, a young angler, somebody who's intimidated by bait casters but wants to start easing their way into it, but you don't want to break the bank and buy a $100, $200, $300 bait casting reel. That might be a really good reel for you to start with. So to enter to win that reel, all you have to do is smash that thumbs up button, like this video, comment something below. It would help me if you comment and actually say, hey, I want the reel, because a lot of you guys out there don't need this reel, probably wouldn't use it if you got it. And make sure you're subscribed to my channel with the bell notifications turned on. But guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. It was obviously not a true comparison. We weren't really trying to pit them against each other, because we know who's going to win that matchup every day of the week is going to be the more expensive reel. But this is not the only wish.com challenge coming your way. I've got other ones coming. I got some crazy Amazon lure videos coming. I've got all kinds of fishing videos coming, guys, so make sure you stay tuned. Guys, I'm getting out of here on to the next fishing adventure. Fist bump, I'm out.